let us go to the next lesson, namely hydrogen. Hydrogen is placed as the first element of the periodic table. The electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. Okay, so it has one proton and one electron. So then of course you know atomic number is 1. Okay, so it possesses one proton and one electron. So 1s1 is the electronic configuration. Because of this electronic configuration, hydrogen has some unique properties. Either the hydrogen can give out an electron and become electropositive. Okay, they give out an electron and become electropositive, or hydrogen can accept the electron to become electronegative. Okay, so this is as in hydride. This, based on this property of the chemical reaction, where scientists were wondering where to group hydrogen with, because this property of giving out an electron resembles S1 block elements, isn't it? Resembles SN block elements, where the outermost in their outermost shell they have one electron, and given a chance they actually give out this electron. Okay, so this resembles this thing. So whether it can be combined with the S1 block as is the one which is studied by the scientists. And again, like S1 block elements, it has the property of actually it reacts with the oxygen to form an oxide. Okay, it reacts with the sulfur to form a sulfide. Okay, it reacts with the oxygen to form an oxide, that is H2O, and reacts with the sulfide to form sulfide. So in these properties, it resembles S1 block elements, and it reacts with the, this thing to form halides or chlorides. You can take it as halides. So they react with halides like chlorine, bromine, or iodine. Halides. So reacts with it forms halogen. Reacts with the halogens to form halides. So in these properties, it resembles the S1 block element. Okay. Whereas here, when you take the ionization enthalpy of hydrogen is very high. In the sense, it is very difficult to remove an electron from hydrogen. So its ionization enthalpy is very high. So the ionization enthalpy being high doesn't fit into the S1 block, which have lower ionization enthalpy. So by virtue of this ionization enthalpy is becoming this thing, it resembles halogens or P5 block elements. Because halogens only can accept the electron to become halogens only can accept an electron to become halide. So this reaction, since the ionization enthalpy is high, this resembles this thing. So chemically also, it reacts with the metals to form hydrides. Okay, so reacts with any metal, like sodium or potassium, magnesium, all those things, they form halides. So form hydrides. So because of this, whether the ionization enthalpy also is very high. So because of this, whether to group it along with the S1 block elements or whether to group it along with the halogens, the P5 block elements, was a thing which was going on for many years. Then they have found that it is neither here nor there, so they have put the hydrogen in the middle of the periodic table, neither with the S1 block or nor with the halogen or the P5 block. Okay. So and then about hydrogen, if you're now taking this thing, mostly hydrogen is available as dihydrogen because it is H2. H2 is the stable form. Though it is the predominant thing in the universe, hydrogen is the predominant thing in the universe. And of course, in all many of the planets, like say this in Jupiter or so, but in the Earth crust, this thing is only 0.15%. Sorry, 0.15% in the Earth. So hydrogen is available as a gas, hydrogen gas, it has 0.15 in this thing, but abundant in universe. Dihydrogen. And dihydrogen exists in three type of isotopic forms, isotopes of hydrogen, namely H11, or you can write here like this is better. That is atomic number 1, and this is atomic number 1, and atomic weight or mass number also is 1. This is called the protium. Okay, and then this is H21, where there are, this is one proton, one electron. Whereas here, this is deuterium or deuterium. It's one proton, one neutron, and one electron. Okay, so that is deuterium. And then you have tritium, which is 3 and 1. This is tritium. Tritium is one proton, two neutrons, and then one electron. So what are isotopes are are analogues of the same compound with the same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, so the three isotopes of hydrogen are hydrogen, deuterium, and tritium. Of course, the predominant of dihydrogen available as only protium. The predominantly hydrogen is available as only in the protium form. Deuterium is a little quantity, and tritium is in a very, very negligible quantity. Now let us see the production of dihydrogen. Okay, in the laboratory, hydrogen is produced by the action of any dilute acid like HCl on zinc dust or granules of zinc. So we get ZnCl2 plus S2. Okay, so this is the laboratory preparation. At times you can even use zinc with dilute with an NaOH. Okay, so it gives a sodium zincate and hydrogen. Okay, this sodium zincate. Okay, so then commercial, this is this thing, then commercial preparation. In the commercial preparation, it is prepared by electrolysis of water. Water in acidic medium. And the electrodes used are with platinum electrodes. Okay, so H2O is split as H2 and O2 in this process. Okay, that is one method. Then you can also use, actually there are many ways, especially through petrochemical reactions involving lot of other things. And it can also be through, say for example, if we are having an hydrocarbon like methane, like methane. The methane is allowed to undergo action with the steam. Methane is allowed to act with the steam, that is H2O in gas form, and we get a thing of CO and H2. Mixture of CO and H2, this is called the water gas. Okay, this water gas, like CO and H2, is very important product for the synthesis of many organic compounds like methanol and others. And so, this is also known as syngas. That is, a lot of other things can be synthesized from this thing. So, it is called a synthetic gas or syngas. Okay. So, in this process, when we get this CO plus H2, the whole thing happens at around 1270 Kelvin. Okay. So, to retain the this thing, hydrogen, the CO which is available is again converted to CO2. CO should be converted to CO2. This happens at around 670. So that more of hydrogen remains in the system. And this hydrogen, there is no sort of any question of any small hydrogen combining back to give the thing. So the CO which is there, CO gas, is made to react further with the water gas, that is the thing, to get the CO2. Okay, then hydrogen is removed. So there can be other methods also, but in actual thing, it is more from prepared from it is more prepared from petrochemical process, and by heating with this thing with coke. Even if it is made to react with coke. Okay, so coke also, burning of coke also gives hydrogen. The predominant method is from the petrochemical reactions and then from the coke. Okay, the coke, of course, with the reacts with H2, this thing that also forms the carbon. This is a carbon plus this thing gives a CO plus H2O. Okay, making coke to react with the steam. So these two methodologies are the prominent ones for the commercial preparation, and the first one is very costlier, so that most of the commercial dihydrogen preparation is through the second and third process. Let us now see the properties of hydrogen, dihydrogen. Okay, as physical properties, it is a colorless, odorless gas, lighter than air, and it is very highly combustible. Okay, highly inflammable or highly combustible. So it is lighter than air. And of course, its first ionization, its ionization enthalpy, HH bond ionization enthalpy, is the highest for any single bond. Okay, so because of that, it is very difficult to break the HH bond. So it is mostly, unless the conditions are conducive, it is inert. So when it comes to chemical properties, actually, you know that see, since because of this high ionization enthalpy, it is very difficult to make this react with most of the things. But then if you take hydrogen reacts with the halides. Dihydrogen reacts with the halides to form, reacts with the halogens to form halides. Okay, it reacts with the chlorine to form HCl. Okay, it reacts with chlorine to form HCl, and then So, and then it also reacts with nitrogen in the presence of optimum temperature and pressure conditions, forms ammonia. Okay, forms ammonia. Ammonia is a very important gas in the preparation of many fertilizers. Okay, so that reacts with the thing to form ammonia. Okay, and it reacts with the metals. Hydrogen reacts with metals to form hydrides. Okay, it reacts with metals to form hydrides. So like that, this forms variety of compounds. These hydrides are very important for and of course reacts with the metal halides as well as metal oxides. So if it is metal halides, it reacts with the metal halides. And metal halides to displace the metal. Reacts with metal halides to displace the metal, and it reacts with metal oxides also to displace the metal. So like that, hydrogen has a variety of reaction. Also in organic chemistry, hydrogen is used as in organic chemistry, it is used as a catalyst. Okay, so in the organic chemistry, it actually undergoes hydrogenation reactions. Hydrogenation reactions with the nickel as the catalyst, in the presence of nickel as a catalyst to form vegetable oils or vanaspati, or for that matter, this is called the saponification reaction. Okay. So this undergoes hydrogenation and to form the artificial ghee or hydrogenation with vegetable oils to form artificial ghee or vanaspati in the presence of nickel. Vegetable oils. Okay, so apart from that, it is also important in, it reacts with CO. It reacts with the CO and then halogens, and reacts with the CO and alkenes to form alkyl, to form aldehydes. This forms an aldehydes. Okay, so this is an important reaction for the preparation of aldehyde. So that way, physical and chemical properties. So if it case coming to uses of dihydrogen, dihydrogen is used very important as a commercial product. For commercial uses, first is for the preparation of vanaspati or artificial ghee. Hydrogenation of vegetable oils, get that. So it is also used as a rocket fuel. Okay, so it can also be used for preparation of ammonia and other fertilizers. Ammonia and so other fertilizers. Okay, preparation of many metal halides. Okay, preparation of many metal halides and preparation of acids like HCl, which has a lot of commercial application. HCl has a lot of commercial application. And of course, in the preparation of some of the aldehydes and other organic compounds, manufacture of organic compounds. So along with some mixture of this thing, it is also used in welding purposes. Okay, it is also used for welding purposes. So dihydrogen has a lot of other uses, and this is for your information. Dihydrogen exists in two forms, namely orthohydrogen and parahydrogen.